Childhood cancer. What first comes to your mind when you think of this? A loved one, a sibling, yourself, or a friend? Whomever it may be, it is safe to say we've all been personally affected by childhood cancer in some way. But do you know that childhood cancer receives a mere 4% of all federal funding for cancer research? Yes, you heard me correctly. 4% of all federal funding for cancer research goes towards youth designated under the age of 15. 96% of all federal funding for cancer research goes towards adults. So, children who have a much longer life to live are not given the same amount of funding as adults. Now, I'm not saying that adults do not deserve this funding. What I'm saying is that children, when you take a look at the numbers, the average age an adult is diagnosed with cancer is 67. The average age a child is diagnosed is 6. The average number of years of life lost to cancer for an adult is 15. The average number of years of life lost to cancer for a child is 71. In those 71 years, a child can grow up, get married, have children of their own, discover something incredible, and change the world for the better. Yet, we are depriving children of this opportunity because of the funding gap for pediatric cancer. Now, one of the main problems with the pediatric cancer lack of funding is that the toxicity of the treatments they are receiving is so immense. 3 out of 5 children who receive this treatment end up suffering long-term effects from it, such as diabetes or even suffering other types of cancer. Life is so precious, and everyone deserves an equal opportunity to live it. So why do we not allocate more funds towards pediatric cancer too? Now, this question is currently being wondered all across the United States, and today I am here to share with you a bit of my insight as I have looked into these saddening numbers. Now, here at Hammond, we have so many programs for people to get involved. And when I first learned about pediatric cancer and everything when one of my best friends was diagnosed with leukemia in the 1st grade. And everyone is so close at Hammond, and so this greatly affected all of us. And so then in freshman year, I joined Hammond's dance marathon program, mainly because my friends were, and it just seemed like another fun thing to do here at Hammond. And then by my junior year, in the program and at the event, we were able to raise over $41,000 for Palmetto Health Children's Hospital. And then this past year, I was able to help co-chair it, and this year was more of an awareness year. It was just like spreading awareness about the whole Palmetto Health and everything, pediatric cancer. And we were able to raise over $9,000. So in over 2 years, Hammond by itself was able to raise over $51,000 for Palmetto Health Children's Hospital. Another great program is Camp Cole. Camp Cole was actually founded by a Hammond alum, Margaret Jean's Fawcett Grants, and one of her friends, Kelsey Sawyer. And the way that they got involved with this program was that Kelsey's younger brother, Cole, lost his life to cancer. And after this, they decided that a program needed to happen and everything, and this needed change. And so they created Camp Cole, which is a program, it's like a housing facility almost, and it's a camp for children and adults suffering with any disability or disease or cancer. And so it's just a place that they can call home. And then another program is Lambs for Life. And this was founded by a child, Alex Arietta, and he was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 9. And he, throughout his treatment and throughout his journey, he had a lamb by his side the entire time. And so then when his cancer returned, he decided, and everyone was asking, what do you want us to give you? You know, like everyone wonders what to give to a child who's suffering from cancer. And so he asked for lambs. And so what he did with this was he gave these lambs, he didn't keep them for himself, he ended up with thousands of lambs, and he gave them out to other people and to other children. It was known as their little lambing pack. And so Alex he lost his life to cancer. But actually this past week, 40 8th grade students from Hilton Head, who were Alex's classmates, went up to Washington, D.C. with our Senator, Lindsey Graham, to help advocate for pediatric cancer funding and research funding. And so this was just an awesome thing to see happening, and that change is taking place. And another thing, for my government class this past year, we were awarded extra credit if we watched Donald Trump's State of the Union address. And so I did this, and in the State of the Union address, Donald Trump actually allocated $500 million more towards pediatric cancer funding. And so this was just an awesome thing to see being connected and stuff with what's happening locally as well. And so there's so many ways to get involved, because I could talk for you for hours about how cancer is the #1 cause of death by disease among children, and cancer affects 1 in 285 children, and the American Cancer Society only allocates 70 cents for every $100 spent for pediatric cancer. And so one of the main things with cancer, pediatric cancer, is that cancer does not discriminate, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, your background, whatever it may be. So cancer is something that I feel we should all join together to help, because obviously this is a problem and this needs change immediately. And so one of the things is that pediatric cancer is something that I hope in the end we can all, and all of you today, can help spread the word, because that's the main way to change this, and get involved. There's so many ways: a donation, telling a friend, anything, because in the end, no child should fight alone. Thank you.